chime in whenever you need to get us back on track with getting Catherine on board.
You should be all set now. I know we're recording and everything, so go right ahead. And when you need me, shout.
Okay. Okay. Calling the meeting to order, and I have to read the opening statement here. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GL 30A 18, and the Governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Southborough Cultural Arts Council will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with the right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Town of Southborough's website at www.southboroughtown.com. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch or participate in the meeting may do so in the following manner: by finding the meeting at www.southboroughtown.com/remote meetings. No in-person attendance of the members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on Southborough's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming. And the first thing that we'll do is have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 24th, 2020. Do we have a
To
motion?
approve.
Motion to
Second
approve.
that? Who's going to second that?
I second that.
Okay. We'll just go around and you can vote aye if you agree with the minutes.
Aye.
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 Aye. And Carrie? Okay. Very good.
Aye. I'm not used to Zoom. I'm used to Google Meet. Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so the meeting minutes are approved. The next thing is the financials, and I put some information on your email that you received regarding where we stand right now. So right now we have $1796 that was left over from last year's grants that the recipients were not able to have events. And so that money goes back into the pool. In addition, we are eligible to receive $5,400 to allocate for the grant applications for this year, for 2021. Now, I did mention that we can choose to keep up to 5% for council administration, up to 15% for a council program, and we can't save grant money year to year. So we need to spend what we have. And then that leaves us with, I think, about $200 in our account. Okay, so going forward, I do recommend that we do keep the 5% and the 15% out. Why don't we discuss that, or if there's any discussion, let me hear it, and then we can vote on that piece of it.
Well, I agree with that, Mary, so.
Yeah, so do
Okay.
I.
Okay,
I agree.
so again,
I'm okay. Yep.
okay, so again, why don't we just vote on that piece? Start it off, Kim.
Yay.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Okay, that's unanimous. So in doing that, if my calculations are right, then that is $270 for administration and $810 for a council program. So Catherine, if you can put that into the spreadsheet.
I'll do.
And then I believe,
I can't show, they blocked me from sharing.
okay, Barbara?
Catherine, I made you a co-host, so you should be able to share.
Okay, I will try. Perfect, thank you.
Got it? Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So that should leave us about $6,116 if we add in the 1796.
Keep going, I'll catch up.
Okay. All right. You know, we can go through each of these in time. My first impression, and you guys can chime in, was that anyone who actually made it happen last year in one way or another, I would like to keep supporting them going forward. So I was looking at Assabet Valley Master Singers, Mark Ford, Catherine. And Catherine, you just can't vote on yourself, but it's kind of hard for you to be excluded during a Zoom meeting.
Sure. I mean, I'm happy to drop off if you need me to, but
Okay.
yeah, if it's just about voting, I'll just abstain.
Yes, yeah. Kim Ivers, the Pilgrim Church, the Mass Educational Theater Guild, Ryan, the Community Chorus, and Tim Davis. I felt like they're all kind of tried and true, and we can, I'd like to continue to support them. I did see a couple new programs that I'd also, thought were very interesting. The Finn School, Motoko Dworkin program sounded interesting, and I thought, well, that the school will make it happen, so that would be a good thing. I felt like, I felt like the Amazing Things Art Center the artist talks were similar to a program that we had done in town here, having our artist receptions and then discussions. The duo pianos Zoom concert, I wasn't quite sure about myself. The machine, Jesse Green, chainsaw production, looks like it's really well suited for a middle school auditorium. And I'm just not sure that they're doing that sort of thing at the schools with social distancing.
Right.
The museums, I felt like they could get money elsewhere. I know we've supported the Discovery Museum. We haven't, I don't think in the past, supported the Fitchburg Art Museum. And the hip hop dance thing was pretty cool, but I don't know if the senior center is open to doing that right now. Rehearsal for Life, I thought, was similar to other programs we've seen around town that charge for kids to do Zoom productions.
Can I just ask a question, Mary?
Yeah.
So you said we have 6,000 something and
Yes.
requests are about 11 something.
Yes.
So we need to eliminate about 5,000 from all these requests.
Right.
And we can fund some of them in part
Right?
So I'm looking at the table of contents on the PDF document, the folder, whatever it's called,
Mhm.
and the one called process, is that the one for amazing things?
I'm not sure.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And bake it till you make it, the board game. I noticed
Yes.
that she's looking for all of her funding from us.
Right. Yeah. I think
It's a cool
She has-
concept.
she has approached me. She has a great idea. She's relying on us for all of her funding. And if that didn't work out, she doesn't really have a great backup plan. I mean, she says she can raise some money and GoFundMe and like that.
Right.
There's no guarantees though. So
I just think in terms of having the amount that we have to allocate, that giving nearly half of it to one project is not
right.
doable. But
Right.
and if she has no backup plan, it doesn't make sense to give her money if she can't fund the rest of it, right?
I agree.
Okay,
Yeah.
so those are some of my questions. I think I'm always a little, I don't know, I'm a little frustrated by the concert series with the recreation department because they have a town budget, and it just kind of bothers me that they're that's a lot for them to ask for from us every year. And I know how much did we give them last year?
Well, we usually give them 1,000 and they did not take the 1,000 this year.
So we got it back. Yeah.
So we got it back. I do believe that the town enjoys the concerts. I agree that they should be able to get it from their budget. However, this year, I'm guessing they're not getting the revenue that they got last year from all of the classes. So, I mean, I would love to see some things happen around town, art and music wise. So
Yeah, and that's one thing that can probably happen.
Socially distanced and all,
Socially
right?
distant, yeah.
Yeah. So I would give them all, honestly. But
I think so too.
I mean,
when I added up
Yeah.
when I added up my list, I came up with just under the amount that we have, by giving 500 to Assabet Valley Singers, 500 for the Pro Musica, the full amount for Catherine. The graphic novel was a big success before, so for Kim
Yeah.
Ivers to bring that
Yeah.
back,
Yeah,
I
I
thought
think
that was
that's
good.
great.
I agree.
Not for asking for yoga, though. Does yoga fall under our?
Well, here's the thing with yoga. I feel like it falls under the rec department. However, this Sweet Pea Yoga, she has applied before and we've turned her down because she was doing it in Framingham. So I think it's a success that she's found a place to do it in town. And
I
it's for
personally know her.
preschoolers. Oh, do you?
Well, I have to be honest with you. I myself love yoga and I pay money for my 9-year-old to be in her classes. He's been in them for years. And honestly, she is just, I mean, I'm not going to, I don't have any reason to say this, but she really is fantastic at what she does. It's not like yoga you see, if you just Google yoga. I mean, she really teaches the kids the Sanskrit names, and especially during this time, I just think it would be a really nice outlet for families to have.
Right.
To
And it
learn
is
to live in the
outdoors.
moment and recognize their breathing. She just really is good at what she does. Really
By
good.
the way, the person who Sweet Pea Yoga by Helen, the woman who trained her, was my infant yoga teacher 19 years ago. So I'm
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She's so good. She really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I agree with
My
you.
almost
It's-
20-year-old was in her 6 weeks old. Yeah. In that class. So
Yeah. I think it's great that she's now in Southborough. It does make a
Right.
difference to me that she's not in Framingham.
Right.
Yeah.
What's her name?
So,
Alexandra.
Okay.
Yep. But D Columbus, or I
Okay.
don't want to say it wrong.
So Mary, I guess the question I had, since you came in under the amount, can you just go over again which ones you do not recommend funding?
Okay, and this is only my opinion
Yeah,
based on what I saw. I would say that, do you want to start at the top there, Catherine? So I
sure,
can.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so that one for Ryan, that was the jewelry one. I would actually not do that, not recommend that, only because we had also talked with a jewelry making artist, and we had talked about doing that. So that's just me. I would suggest the yoga for Kim at the library. And then Dana Altman, unfortunately, as we discussed, I think I would not suggest that. But maybe work with her in a different way to try to work towards something in the future. You know,
Yeah, I
and
think
for
it's
her
a
game,
project
maybe we
that-
can even find some graphic artists who can help her. So that's, you know, something to work on.
Right, I think that she needs to diversify her funding.
Right, okay. We can add that into the comments as well, yeah, okay. And then for Tim Davis, I would. And I would give him the whole amount because I'd like to see that happen. Rehearsal for Life, I think it's too similar to other local programs. I would give the Northborough Community Chorus the full amount. The Discovery Museum, I'd hold off on.
We did give it last year, I believe.
We
Yes, right.
did,
Okay.
and they were
okay.
doing some Zoom programs, and there
And
might
we
actually be.
Yeah, we usually do send them money every year. I guess and they did say in their proposal that 85, they keep track of who uses that program, and they said 85 Southborough residents came to the museum on that program last year. So,
Okay.
you know, that, you know, I don't know if we give them the whole amount. They are applying to lots of cultural councils, so.
Okay, so that's a question mark. That one is Discovery.
Okay.
And then the hip hop one, like I said before, unless the senior center could figure out a way to make that happen, I don't know about that. I like the idea, and I like the idea, especially now, if it could be something that they could do, but I don't know.
Does anybody remember if there's a date specific for the hip hop one?
I don't think there was.
They haven't, they just said they might have a partnership with the senior center. They didn't, that was my memory, is that they didn't have a specific confirmed location or date.
However, that is not important this year, according to the,
recovered. Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Okay, so that was a question for me. Fitchburg Art Museum, I thought not, because they probably have a lot of other sources of funding, and it's a
Fitchburg
distance.
is far away, to be honest with you.
Right.
I know that I have gone out there, but it's a hike.
Right.
Did I miss one?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed. Ryan, I would endorse the ukulele.
Okay.
And then that Fitchburg, I said no.
Okay. You can reword these later for reasons. Okay.
And then the next one, it sounded like a really interesting program at Finn. And being that the kids really need stuff these days at school, I think.
Yeah, this is
Pretty
the
neat
folk
program.
tales from Asia.
Yep.
right.
And that's wait a minute, 500?
500,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, right. I'm looking at my screen down here, not at that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm making you busy. I keep moving.
And then,
Sorry, was that a yes, Mary?
yes.
Okay.
And then
I
that
agree.
high school program, they also got funding last year from us, and
I like this program.
I liked it.
I
Yeah,
think it's a really good program.
right. And they did send me like the brochure that the the
Yeah.
whole program. So
It looks very legit,
right. Kim Ivers, what was that one? That was that one.
1 second.
I think it was the comic
That was
one.
the graphic novel.
Yeah.
That I said yes, 300.
Yep.
And then Catherine's, I said yes. Pilgrim Church, I thought yes. And they did not, yes, I did take this year. Okay. The chainsaw one, I don't think for this
Can
year.
I just ask on Messiah, did they send the money back? Is that what they did?
No, they were able to do it December.
They were? Oh, last December.
Yeah,
right, 'cause
yeah,
Their
yeah.
program is always, okay.
Right.
So their application for this one is for this coming?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
The chainsaw one, I did not think it was appropriate for this year, but maybe in the future. Not conducive to an auditorium type event, I don't think. Maybe they could do it outside, but I don't know.
I'll catch up.
And then Mark Ford, I would say yes. Is that everybody?
We generally fund that choir or
Right.
symphony, right?
Right.
And then
And
Marilyn
dueling-
Morales, what is that one?
Dueling
That was the
pianos.
dueling
Oh.
pianos.
Yeah, I don't know. My gut feeling was no on that. Did you? What was your?
Right. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Because they have a good idea, right? But it's a Zoom event, and I think some of the Zoom events are losing their luster. People are kind of tired of tuning into things.
Well, it's also that they're applying to like every single cultural council. And I think that what's important about those kind of events is that you have a real connection to the town, and they don't.
Right. So, so what did that add up to? What I thought it added up to?
Plus ours, and we're not doing amazing things. And I gave us 810. We're at 6835.
Okay, maybe something else got in there. I don't know.
Did we do master singers?
Oh, 68. Wait, 6835.
Including our 810.
Yeah, that might be right. But then, did you also have the 270 in there for the
No.
administration?
No.
Tell us what our number goal is.
Okay.
Mary, what's our
Just a
ultimate goal?
second. Just a second. I have to add up again because they added it differently. So we have the 5,400 plus the 1796. 7196.
What was the
Yeah.
other number? 1796?
Yes.
Yep, 7196.
Yeah. So that matches what I.
Wow, we're close. Nice job, Mary. Because I agree with all of your decisions. I think we just need to figure out what to do with what is it? $91?
Well, I thought the Discovery Museum. I mean, we could round it up to 100, taking away from some of our,
Yeah.
of their money.
Are they currently open, do you know? Or do they have plans to open soon?
I don't know offhand.
Okay.
Oh, the
But this is
Discovery
for the whole
Museum?
year, so I'm guessing,
Yeah.
You want me to look them up?
sure. Now, someone must have had different ideas. So if there's a program that you want to save or take money from one to add to a different one,
I have to say, I really like Dana Altman's idea, and I think it's really important. But again, I don't know. It doesn't sound like all the funding should come from the Art Council either. But if we
Right.
gave like a contingency,
well, we could
Or
take,
make-
you know what we could do is we could, for the 15%.
I really like it too, yeah.
We're open.
I think it's
Okay.
important. I think it's probably,
Yeah,
Thank you.
especially, yeah.
What if we took money out of our council initiative fund as seed funding for her?
I
Make
agree
it-
with that.
Make it like a 2-year program, so
Make
she
it a
can,
conditional thing, like where if she can raise the rest of the money, we can give her X amount of dollars.
we
Something
could
like
do
that.
that.
Yeah.
I like that idea, so that
What
we're
happens if-
not all
if-
on us, right?
Right.
And then if she doesn't go through with it, then
Then
the
it
money
can-
gets returned.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's a great plan. I
That
think it's
makes me feel
important to
better.
start,
yeah.
support new ideas, new.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's something outside the box thinking like we've never seen before. And mental illness, I mean, my goodness. You know,
Mental
I'm not getting
health,
political,
right.
but I think we should focus on mental illness in this country, in this town, so.
Well, she has reached out a couple of times, so, you know, she's really trying to make it happen.
Yeah, I'd like to give her something, honestly. I mean,
So how much do you think?
how
I
much
don't know.
did she ask for?
2,200.
2,200.
I don't know.
We give her 10% to start.
Yeah, it does kind of frustrate me that it's just us. Yeah.
Did we fund anyone more this year than we did last year? Let's go through.
Well, the concert series would be more than usual. We could take from them. And Catherine's program, I think we gave 500 last year. So we could also take from that.
And what is Catherine asking for? I don't have that screen up.
750.
750.
Does Catherine have
Last-
any other funding?
Yes.
I haven't heard from Northborough yet, but I did get Southborough Community Fund funding.
Okay. So we could do the same there at 500 as last.
Last year we did 500. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And that
think,
would give 250 to Dana.
yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
And then what about, did we make a decision on,
Wait, you went to the wrong box there.
yes, I know, and I don't know where it did.
Kim Ivers, 225. Yep. Okay,
Okay.
so Dana, 250.
Discovery Museum? Did we make a decision on that now that it's open?
They do draw from a
Um,
lot of towns, so it seems like they were asking for a large percentage from Southborough. Is there a reason
How
for
much?
that?
And I feel like they can get themselves, maybe that, and I also feel like it's far away. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather see like Dana get that money, even though it's only a little more, you know, I don't
Yeah,
know.
okay.
Well, we could take from the Southborough Rec, we could take 200.
We gave them 1,000 last year, right?
For the concert series.
Yeah.
We had agreed to give them that much, but they didn't.
Or
do it.
1,100, it was like 1,070.
Yeah.
You're talking about for the concerts.
Right.
I mean, it'll still happen. You know, from my point of view, it's just, it will still happen if we do the 200 less.
Hmm.
Concerts will still go on. But maybe for Dana, that make a difference. I don't
We
know.
can't really hear you, Carrie. Can, what does
Ah,
any, what does
can you hear
anyone
me
else
now?
think?
No?
Yes, that's better.
Yes.
Is that better?
How much do we need to reduce it by to make?
We
the budget?
still have $91, so we haven't
we
given
still
any
have
to Aspen or to Discovery.
Right, so we could just round up and give them 100.
Yeah. So I was thinking, actually.
Like I said, I don't know why they're.
I'm okay not giving Discovery the money. I don't know. It's such a good museum. I feel as though I want to go there, and it is expensive, so it would be nice to have the discount. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when my son was the age of the Discovery Museum, we did take advantage of it. And I remember it being a really good experience. So it's been a long time, but I know people with small kids really value it.
Right,
And 88 residents is a pretty substantial number.
It is a lot.
It does seem like a large number to me.
And that's just the kids that's just that program, the Open Door Connection program.
That's what they said. Visit through Open Door, yeah.
If we have it, we might as well use it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I could be swayed either way, honestly.
So
we
we're,
can either take it from the concert series or just leave it at as 100. What do you feel?
I think take it out of the concert series.
I do too.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay,
Yep.
so a full $300 to the Discovery Museum then?
Do you know where else they're getting their funding from? Because as I said, I mean, it's in Acton, so they're drawing from a large area.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Yeah.
pretty well
I don't
established
think we need
museum.
a full. Yeah, I'm good with 100. For
I'm good
the,
with 100 as well.
maybe 150, not the whole 300. I like the Discovery Museum.
How about 200?
Pounds.
Okay, 200, but not 300.
So,
let me find my 15. Okay, so drop this. Let me see what I'm just playing. We can. We have 91, so we can give the town the. Didn't we do that last time? Isn't that how they ended up with the funny number for the concerts? We gave them.
Yes, yeah.
Do we want to do that?
I have to say, I did like the message. The green, I can't get back up there, but the green machine, whatever, like it was a message about, I think, positivity and like possibilities and stuff like
Right.
that. I actually like the message that he was conveying, yet it doesn't seem like he's got anything set up with the school.
Right. That's
Mhm.
the thing
impression I
that
got.
was kind of bummed me out
This
is,
says it will take place virtually, doesn't it?
Right,
But
and
see, I
it's a-
don't like
it's
that.
a
I mean, that's-
slideshow. You said it's a slideshow, and that to me doesn't sound like very compelling. I mean, if it was,
Yeah, I wasn't.
Oh
it's
yeah,
something
forget
more
it. If it's a
multimedia,
slideshow
but-
now.
he said it's a slideshow, and it sounds like he's a motivational speaker, and that doesn't really, I don't think that translates.
No,
No, all right.
No,
Now that
I wasn't thrilled with it.
yeah, I was mistaken on what it was too. Okay,
Yeah.
all
Like
right.
the message, but not the
So-
delivery.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing we could, yeah,
I know at one point we were talking about projects we could fund on our own. Does
mhm.
that factor in now at all?
No,
That's
because
the
we're setting
800.
aside money
Right.
for that.
Right, okay,
That's what we agreed to do, was set aside the 15%.
great.
Yeah, I mean, we could just give more to Dana. We could give more, we could partially fund Ryan's jewelry workshop.
What is Tim Davis's program?
Tim Davis.
That's recreation.
That's the recreation.
concert.
concert
Oh,
series.
okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're in a pretty good place here. So it's just that $91 getting tacked on to,
Well, the only person we can give it to is probably Dana, right? Is there
Dana
anywhere-
or back onto the concert series. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel better about Dana than the concert series.
Yes, me too.
The concert will go on regardless.
I mean, I think it's a really interesting project, the board game. I love that idea. I guess my main thing I've already said is that I think she needs to diversify.
Right.
But this will put her in a
And you know
position
what?
where she can start.
Maybe there's a grant through the Mass Council that I can hook her up with to apply as well.
Staff health as well, or whatever, mental health.
What about Southborough Community Fund? I mean, they really support social services.
Or youth and family services. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
But I think giving her the confidence that she gets something here, she can take that
Right.
to the next.
Right, you have to start somewhere, yeah.
It gives her leverage with other funders.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true. And I like that she says she's going to tie in high schoolers, I mean,
Right.
that's the group that really needs it. I mean, especially at this time. I mean, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but,
It's a good project.
stigmatizing mental illness is like, I don't know. Working on, Google Meets with kids in Framingham who have been fully remote. I mean, I see, I think it's a great thing.
Okay. Well, I think we did our job here then.
That was really painless. Mary, you did such good prep work. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. I did stay up a little later than expected last night.
I actually was more prepared than most years, so I appreciate everyone prepping for this. Thank you very much.
Great spreadsheet.
Yeah, the
thank you,
spreadsheet
Catherine.
was awesome. Well, I happen to have a second monitor because I'm teaching and I can't live without a second monitor, I feel like. I've realized this is a game changer. So it's easier to see because our printer's not working.
Okay.
Well, I think it was probably painful last year when Susan and Catherine were starting out with us. They saw us like flipping through pages and
Yeah, little post-it notes or whatever it was.
we didn't really have it together, but we pull it off every year.
Well, no, we can just take her with it to balance. I think we balance. I'll send it to you, Mary, to make sure my math is.
Okay, so we have to have a final vote on the decisions here.
Okay.
And Catherine, I guess just abstain. We'll just do the whole
Sure.
thing. So
No problem.
you can just abstain.
Yeah.
Okay. So make a motion to approve the funding as in the spreadsheet here. Can we have a second?
I second.
Okay. And everyone can state
Aye.
their votes.
Aye.
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 Abstain.
Okay. Decisions are approved. Thank you very much. And there was two other things just to keep in mind. So Denise has termed off of the board, but she is going to continue to help us kind of as a friend of, I guess, the Arts Council. And so she, as you probably knew, she got the funding through the community fund for us to get the display racks for our future art exhibits. And she'll be ordering those things up. So we have $2,500. I believe we're going to be able to store them at the rec department. I put in an email to Tim Davis and he said that we could probably have space there. So we'll be working on that. And then I plan to put an ad in my Southborough to get more people to join the board. But if you have any friends that you think would be a good addition, anyone that you know that would be interested, please let them know to reach out to me.
I know a couple of people. I'll see if I can get some people involved. And I just want to say that I appreciate the support that the council has given my program. So thank you all.
We appreciate your program.
Yeah,
Definitely.
everyone in
Great
town
program.
loves it. So,
You want to
Oh,
know,
and one
you
other-
want to have the inside scoop on the theme this year?
yes.
Sure.
So this year's theme is mending, as in like
Oh.
mending a garment, but the idea is art that helps repair our fractured world. And there's a Japanese art called kintsugi, where pottery that's broken gets mended with gold so that the pottery becomes more valuable than before it was broken. And the whole concept is sort of like kintsugi, that we repair through building the broken pieces back together. So I'm very excited because I feel like the time is ripe for that kind of theme. So
That's great.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah,
announcing
that
it
sounds
soon.
super.
Yeah.
And one other thing, I did get an email from a college student who's working on a program, and I have to put the pieces together, but it has to do with like ecological art, and she wants to create like a 14-week program with a deliverable, and she was hoping to partner with us. And I reached out today to the Chestnut Hill Farm, the trustees, to see if it might be something that we could all kind of work together on, but I thought they might be a good host for her because, you know, they're probably looking for that sort of thing too. So I'll keep you
Right.
posted on that, or if you have any ideas, I'll
Okay.
forward the email to all of you.
The Open Land Foundation, Debbie Costing might be a good person for her.
Oh,
to talk
okay.
to.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, she's really, and the one other person would be Freddie Gillespie, who's doing lots
Okay.
of, you know, she's the one who's running the pollinators
Mm-hmm.
and native plant programs in town. There might be something appropriate there for her.
Does she also do the community gardens, or is that somebody
Yeah.
else?
Well, she doesn't do the community garden. She does the pollinator garden. She's going to do a
Okay.
pollinator garden at Beals Preserve.
Okay. All right, well, we can get in touch with all of those. You said Debbie Costain, right?
Yes, and I'm happy to forward it on to her. I can forward the email you sent me, Mary,
Yeah,
to
if
Debbie
you
and
would.
copy you. Okay.
That would be great, yes.
Okay.
And then one other thing was that a while back, we received a donation of framed prints and other things from this woman in town. Why can't I think of her first name? Fox. What's her first name? She lives on Deerfoot.
Lori?
Lori Fox. Lori Fox's mother-in-law was a portrait artist, and she was cleaning out her house and gave us a bunch of framed prints and a table and a modeling stage. And we found homes for all of those things.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so Chelsea Bradway took some of the frames, and she's possibly submitting art for Art on the Trails. And then a teacher from the schools, Marcia Gleason, I think, does portrait art. So her group is actually going to take that stage. And Denise took some of the frames for our works and also for her school. So I was just happy to clear it out of my garage and find
Oh,
people
that's
who could
great.
appreciate it. So yeah, so that was nice that someone thought of us. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
I'm actually, I'm getting donations through the Free Cycle group on Facebook, if any of you are members of it. People are giving away everything. Everybody's cleaning out their houses during COVID. So
right.
if there's anything we need or need to give away, that's a good place to go.
Right. And also I can post it on our Facebook page. For example, Chelsea is looking for those movie screens again for a project she's doing with Youth and Family Services. And I was able to put that out. So if you know of anyone that's looking for things, we can put it both places and see what we get. So, good.
Great.
Okay. Anything else?
That's
Oh,
it.
nice job.
I appreciate y'all showing up.
Thank you guys for
And,
all
yeah.
preparing for this. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you, all of you who prepared.
Well, I'm hoping you did too, Lynn.
Well, I mean, Mary, the work that you guys, you and Sue and Catherine, really did the behind the scenes stuff, that
Well, it pays off,
incredible
right?
detail. Yeah, it's terrific.
And thank you, Lynn, for keeping our up to the date minutes.
Oh, God, trying, God knows.
And Kim, don't worry, we're going to get you bacon for another art exhibit soon. So don't
I'm
think
ready
you're
to
sitting
go.
back there.
I can't wait. You know, Kim, the last time you baked, I think, was my opening at the library, which is still there.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, it's going on almost a year at this point.
Oh, wow.
It was the last event at the library before they closed for
Right.
regular.
Yeah, like the day before.
It was a questionable
Right.
thing. They said, we're going to do this. And then Ryan, I don't know if you saw on Facebook, Ryan did videos of, he like walked around and took videos of my artwork on the walls and started posting it on the library Facebook page. And but he keeps saying he'll keep it until they open again. I'm like, sure.
It'll be the opening exhibit.
Yeah, I don't have
Reopening.
to store it in my studio, let them keep
Right.
it for forever. Well, not forever, but you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Yep.
Anyway,
All right.
thank you, Kim, for all your baking, and I can't wait to experience it again.
Next, we'll be there.
Okay, so I don't know when our next meeting will be, probably, I don't know, in a month or two. In the meantime, I have to get out all the letters. First, I have to get out the denials, and then they have some time to appeal before I can get out the approvals. So I'll be doing that behind the scenes. And I'll make sure that the money gets switched over to the correct fund for the admin money. So, all right. So
Sounds good.
someone has to recommend that we adjourn, and
I call adjournment, whatever the words are that I'm supposed to say.
I
okay.
second that.
Okay. All those in
I'll make the
favor?
words up there.
Aye.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, you
Bye.
too. Thanks, Barbara.
Bye-bye,
Thank
lady.
you, Barbara.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And then